Yeah. Some good typing.
Thanks.
Some very serious typing.
That is some very serious typing.
Yeah. This is going to be an exciting show.
Go.
I'm excited. Just,
I'm gonna go get a drinky wink.
all right, you go ahead and do that. I will text young Phil and see if he's going to show up. Oh.
Oh,
It's
Phil.
Phil.
Sup?
Hello.
What's up?
Nothing.
Good.
What's up with you?
You know what? Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I see.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
give me some good news. What do you got for me?
I got nothing.
Phil's here.
Oh, Greg's here.
Phil?
Hi.
Damn.
Jeez. He's such a tool.
An April tool. That's how that goes, right?
I'm just kidding about
Sure.
that tools and stuff.
Sure.
Man. Don't take it. Don't take it personally.
You know what? I'm going to go
Yeah,
ahead
we're
and
talking about-
record.
Oh, wait, let me get my audio.
What I think I'm
going.
going to do, I actually don't know that we all need to record.
What?
I'm just going to throw
This-
this audio up.
This sounds.
You know what? I'm
This-
going to record anyway.
Okay.
This sounds like a
Yeah. Like a short-sighted
Potential
plan.
problem.
This sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Oh, well, could be.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today, CJ.
This all feels so familiar.
Does it?
Give me
Mhm.
another one, CJ. Tell me you got a slide whistle in there. Do you have a slide whistle?
No.
You're listening to CJ and the Stew. Hey.
Good stuff. Very good stuff.
I'm already not feeling confident about this episode.
Me
Where's
neither.
your lower third, Phil?
What's that?
Where's your lower third? Come on, man. Gotta be one of the cool kids.
Since you asked. Let's
Whoa.
what?
Hello,
Ooh.
nurse.
Lower
Kids are
third.
demanding these days.
Lower third of an inch.
Ooh.
Motion of the ocean?
Yeah. That's not even a puddle, my friend.
Something like that.
Oh, man. Still waters do not flow.
Still waters run shallow.
Whew. Good time.
Okay.
Alrighty, can't wait to get it out of your
Get that
system.
coughing out of the way.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Let me go get a beverage real quick.
Suit yourself.
It begins.
I'll be right back.
I like how
Did he say he's going to be right black?
black. Yeah. I like how our show starts with two of the hosts getting up to get drinks.
Like it's
You were-
running out of style.
You were broadcasting when I
Yeah, it was.
drink.
Yes, I
Well,
was.
That was a trick. That was a
Well,
Ah,
what do you expect? We're supposed to be professionals.
what's going on, you schlubs?
You know, the huge.
Did you just call
I
us
don't know.
schlubs?
Yeah,
Should we do a clap? Should we do a clap? Just for...
Why not?
All
I
right.
thought we weren't recording, so
Well,
why do
but
we
in
need a
case
clap?
we need to use those
When
files...
his stupid plan blows up in his face, we'll want to have this clap.
That's true.
Did you say if?
I said when.
Oh, okay. Good.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Perfect
Beautiful.
clap.
This is
Absolutely.
a great day.
All right. Hello and welcome to episode 396 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, June 10th, 2014. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, is my co-host, a guy who's already planning to clear his son's college funds all the way out to buy Amiibo figures, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Amoeba figures?
Amiibo.
The one-celled Amiibo? Amiibo. Amiibo. Amiibo.
Yes.
I will be doing the rest of the show in a Wall-E voice.
It's good.
Grog!
And joining me from Canada is a guy who has the loot, Mr. Greg Stewart.
Jesus. You should have said joining me from Canada is a guy who's so glad we have real intros back.
You like that? Oh, and not joining us this week from
Bush
Utah,
League.
great state of Utah, is a man who would frequently exclaim out loud all the feels, Mr. Mike Phillips.
So, yeah, so proud of you of that intro.
That's right.
And
Had
you
to read it
felt
all.
the need to use it,
Sure.
even though he's not here.
Yeah.
I spent 3-4 hours writing that thing. It's not like I'm not going to use it.
That's right. I jotted it down in Evernote.
Oh, man.
Evernote.
Yeah.
What is
You
Evernote?
hipster.
It's one of them notepad apps.
He writes notes on one of his iPads or his phones, and they go get saved to everything else. And
That's right. Yeah.
Nerd.
So-
You know it.
So that little clever bon mot has been saved to the infinite power of the cloud, is what you're saying.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
It's good that future generations will have that to be able to yank out of the cloud at any time.
CJ's offloaded some of his processing load to the cloud.
That's right. If I disconnect Connect, I get 10% more GPU.
Yep.
Oh,
That's right. Good stuff. So E3 press conferences have happened.
Really? When did those happen?
yeah.
Those happened yesterday and today.
During E3.
So, do you guys remember when E3 was about the games we
exciting.
would be playing this year, later this year? You remember that? That was a good time.
You know what though? This is nice because apparently I don't have to buy any games this year.
That's
I can just kind of kick back and relax and wait until what's that year they keep mentioning?
2015.
2015. That's the one. That's the year. That's not this one, but the next year. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, nothing's coming out this year, huh?
It seems that way.
It's weird. It's like there's been some weird fold in space-time, and we've somehow skipped an E3, and we're actually viewing this year's E3 or next year's E3 this year.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's
Well, and who knows how many of those will get pushed to 2016 anyway.
it's pretty exciting though.
Basically, Greg, I think you're going to be taking care of pre-ordering for the next 2 years. All
You
in
know
one
what's
go.
funny? Because somebody did ask this. Was it Donald Mick? Hacker alias Donald Mick, I believe, or somebody did ask what number I was up to, and today I
what's the
was.
number?
Well, it's not very high, but I'll tell you why it's not very high.
What's that?
Because a lot of this stuff I pre-ordered last year. So,
It is the shop
Like
of the few.
which games? Like which games?
oh man, I don't
Pre-order?
even have the list in front. But like Batman,
Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles, Halo 5. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
They had a pre-order for Halo 5 last year.
Yeah. Because they put anything on the list that's even mentioned in the show. But the thing is that when you look at the list now, at least half of that stuff was on the pre-order last year.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I think I'm probably up to about a dozen that I do want to grab. But yeah,
Alright.
I mean, a lot of in general, a lot of stuff this year that we heard about last year, and very few surprises. Seemed like almost everything else got revealed. In some cases, mere hours before the press conferences.
That's right. I think Microsoft would have had a big thing with that Master Chief Collection had that not leaked a month ago, right?
Mm. That's a nice collection. I mean, for $60, you're definitely getting a lot of game.
Although, if you still have a 360 around, chances are you have all 4 of those games already, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Do you have all of those games in your home right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not. I will not be buying that Halo collection.
Yeah.
Because it only has one of this. I only usually play first-person shooters single player because I'm weird, and only one of those 4 games that I actually like.
Which one is
player,
that?
So Halo 1, which I bought the anniversary edition of last year, 2 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah. Yet again, though, another remake of a previous gen game that, I mean, but it's if you didn't do that and if you like those other games, then great. And it was really cool to hear about the whole multiplayer being what the actual multiplayer was in each of those games when they were released. I think that's going to be huge for some people.
I love that was one of the huge selling points about that. Like, and guess what, folks? It's just like the game you played 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, how about that, folks?
It was a big deal. He kept harping on about the unified user interface too. Like, that's like the big selling point. You have 4 of like the biggest selling. You have 4 of the defining games for Xbox. Your big selling point is the unified UI.
Yeah.
And also, this is the first time all 4 of these games have been on one disc. I was just like, well, I would hope so. You're talking about a Blu-ray versus DVDs. So, yeah.
But, I mean, that was kind of a, I don't know, well, I shouldn't say one. It wasn't the only odd point in the Microsoft conference, but I will say I thought it was kind of funny because Phil Spencer was definitely out to apologize for last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever heard I've never watched any E3 conference where they thanked the players more and told the players how much they were listening to them. And, like, you look at the conference from a year ago and the message was so mixed up and terrible and going in, like, 100 different directions. And this one was, like, it's very low-key. It wasn't very exciting because of it, but it was very much like, here's a game, here's a game, here's a game.
Yeah.
Lots of games, and that's all we're talking about. Games.
Lots
no
of games,
mention of
but
Kinect.
A lot, in all of the conferences, there was a new trend, the conceptual prototype.
Yeah.
And also the gameplay demo that had to have been pre-recorded. That was not actually occurring live, even though they put people on stage with controllers in their hands.
I don't know if I go that far.
That's not a new thing though.
Yeah.
Well, but you think that Fable Legends thing was live?
Well, no, I don't think it was live.
no,
but that's not a new thing.
Well, I mean, this is the first E3 where I really noticed it, and that's because nobody had any on-stage fuck-ups except for Little Big Planet 3 later on.
I can't wait to talk about that when we get to Sony.
The Star Wars Kinect thing, where the screen was clearly reacting before the guy was doing his body movements and stuff like that.
This is the first time, though, where I wasn't even thinking that they were doing any of these demos on stage.
If I don't see someone, if there's not some sort of mess up or something like that, I just assume that they're all pre-recorded.
I doubt that they're all pre-recorded, but they're all heavily scripted, obviously.
Certainly. Yeah. No one plays these games the way these people play them when they're demoing. Especially like the Assassin's Creed demo. Like, who walks that slow in that game? Nobody. Who stops to look around and at every little thing that's happening in the environment?
What I really like is the fact. What was it, like the day before the Microsoft press conference? They released the PC drivers for the Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
So it's like, how many of those games were actually running on PC hardware?
Yeah.
I'll bet you a lot of them.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. That's a
you
good
never
point.
and when the quote-unquote demo people are slowly walking through the environment. No one accidentally nudges the analog stick just a little too far.
No.
And
No.
does that little sort of half run before loosening it back up into
Oh,
the...
that's how you'd be able to
trot.
tell that it's live, that it's real,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Since nobody did that.
never happens, does it?
No.
No.
Some good surprises.
Hey, real
during,
quick though.
Microsoft.
Real quick, before we dive into specifics, I want to hear just overall, just each of the three.
Each of the three
Did they do it for the three
press
companies?
conferences. Yeah.
Yeah. Did what'd you think? Did they all do a good job? Did some do a not great job? I just want a quick generic overall impression.
I think
You know-
that. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, I
guess
thought
I'm
Sony
going.
did.
I guess I'm not
the-
going.
CJ, you
After almost
go.
400
Okay,
episodes,
I
we'll
will
figure this
go.
out.
DJ, go.
I thought Sony did a really good job up to
Up to the
about an
boardroom
hour
meeting.
in. When they brought that guy on, who I guess is now president, CEO of SCEA, who I don't think has been on stage previously, and he proceeded to talk about how much he loved VibRibbon. He even displayed it on the screen. Had nothing really to say about VibRibbon, as
You
if
could almost see CJ's erection right through the internet
that's right.
when he was talking about VibRibbon.
As if
VibRibbon,
anybody in
that's
America
a
knows
really
how
good game.
VibRibbon is in general. And he just droned on for like a half hour, and that really took the wind out of the sails.
That's the Sony
Sony.
conference every year, though. Like it seems like
Well,
every year we talk about how terrible their pacing is.
But
Yeah.
the difference in previous years was they would begin with all these charts and graphs and, and numbers about how they're awesome, and now they saved that for an hour in, when they had been. They had
Lure
been,
you in with that false.
they lure
Next
you
time-
exactly.
Next
And then
time
they
when they do
give
that,
you-
what they should do is light up the lights over the bathrooms, right around that.
Yeah.
Let everyone
you go.
know that now's the time you can leave.
That's
for-
your intermission.
Yeah.
That was, everyone is settled in the movie theaters. Yeah, they all have their popcorn. They're all kind of relaxing. They're enjoying themselves,
Yeah.
and then, oh,
All you have to do is check your RunP app, and it'll say, "Go ahead, when this guy's on screen, you can run to the bathroom."
Let's all go to the lobby.
yeah.
I mean, he did have some good announcements, I guess. Vita TV coming to the U.S. as PlayStation TV.
Yeah, who
I
cares?
guess. But I overall, I thought Sony did well this year, and I thought Nintendo did pretty well.
Yeah.
And that it was different from last year because we didn't know about all of their announcements.
You know what? I'm
Already.
going to say this. It's usually the case with these three, no matter how well I think each of the companies did. And they all had games that I was interested in, certainly.
Yeah.
But usually the case is, whereas there'll be a handful from Microsoft and Sony that I'm interested in, usually I'm interested in just about everything Nintendo shows.
Yeah.
And that was certainly the case this year. So I just in terms of the volume of great-looking games, I was like, yeah, Nintendo kind of took it for me at least.
Mhm.
And I'm very excited about it, and it will have absolutely zero bearing on their sales. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like
I
they
think-
showed this ton of great games, and it will do them no good.
Well, they
hardware-wise.
did a lot of
Well, it's not going to do them any
things.
good till the end of 2015 anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
They did a lot of things that people had been asking about or ragging on them for. You know,
Mhm.
they showed off Zelda.
Yeah.
They showed off a new IP in Splatoon.
Yeah.
They showed off demos, not in their digital event, but later, of games that use the gamepad that could only be done on the gamepad in Project Guard and Project Giant Robot.
Let's we'll get into more detailed into the conferences a little bit later probably, but I mean I think
Are we
what
jumping
Phil,
too far ahead?
Yeah, I think so, but I think what Phil said is absolutely true. I mean, all three of the console manufacturers it was really low key. It was all very focused this year, which for Sony and Nintendo for Sony and Microsoft was a total gear shift from last year.
Mhm.
And I think it all just like Phil said, it all just depends on which collection of games sort of cranked you up a little bit, because otherwise
What do you think won the press conferences?
They all showed a smattering of games that are going to come out this year, and
Yeah.
then they showed a bunch of stuff that's going to be out next year.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
in
like,
2016.
right. For me personally, I know that as far as games that are coming out this year, Microsoft definitely won for me, and it's all because of Forza Horizon 2. But I knew about that
all
going
for
in.
one game.
Yeah.
So it is. It's
Yeah,
all for the
yeah.
one game. I mean, it's...
Sure.
But then also, the new footage they showed of Drive Club, that
Not in
sold
the
me
press
on the game.
conference.
It sold me on that game more than I ever have been before.
Right.
So,
Absent from their press conference.
no,
though.
it was there.
Did they show any Drive Club?
Oh, yeah, they showed a whole bunch of it.
All right.
That might have been when you went to
CJ
the
wasn't
bathroom.
paying attention until Nintendo came on stage. But
Exactly.
Uh,
So speaking of fan favorites and Microsoft, how about that Crackdown conceptual in-engine possibility?
there it is.
examples of everything that's wrong with the modern trailer.
That was almost every
maybe,
piece of footage at E3 so far.
but there it is. I have to buy a. I'm buying an Xbox One now.
Yeah, but you can wait a while.
Granted, I have about 2 years to save up for it, apparently, but
Yeah, because
But
that
I will
definitely
be-
is not coming. I really would be surprised if that's coming in 2015 even.
yeah, all signs are pointing to 16 for that one.
It
But,
amazes me. It amazes me how everyone has completely blocked out Crackdown 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, but they've got the one guy who was the original designer, right?
Yeah, the original designers on this one, and
Because an entire
and
game
well-
is determined by one dude. Sure.
well, Crackdown 2 was kind of a rush job too,
I
wasn't
was
it?
going to say, yeah, the dev cycle for this is a lot longer than Crackdown
Yeah,
2 was from
so-
everything that I've heard. Like, I think it was
Yeah.
a year or
Crackdown
less
2
for Crackdown 2.
Crackdown 2
I,
was
uh,
basically just a reskin of Crackdown 1, right?
Yeah.
With some different-
Right.
That was never going to be good. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who was doing the development.
Right.
Yeah. So now I believe I said before that if the one thing Microsoft could do to sell me an Xbox at this E3 is to show Crackdown 3, and
they did.
there you go.
They did, although it was, CG trailer.
Shut up. It's Crackdown
I don't
3.
even care that it was CG. One of the things that it did do that I'm not totally crazy about is like it was just so the whole thing was so
Yeah.
choreographed and it was fun to watch.
You know what they
Don't get me
didn't
wrong,
have?
but it's just like, really, are you ever going to be in a situation where like he's going to crash the whatever helicopter or something into this, and then
Yeah.
Hangar's
Yeah.
going to crash into the
You know what
building?
they didn't do?
Like
They
the-
didn't show anyone collecting an orb.
Oh Jesus!
That's
like
that's
you're-
a given.
If you really want to cater to the fans, you do that.
Really?
Uh,
This is why you don't make trailers for the E3.
You have the sound of collecting an orb. There you go.
Mhm.
this is the part where Crackdown collects an orb.
Exactly.
So you guys got all amped, I'm assuming, from the Call of Duty trailer, because this is a whole new Call of Duty. This is a new
It's-
direction for Call of Duty.
You know what?
It's
I'm gonna get a little snippy for a minute. You know, when E3 time comes around in the press conferences and it turns into sort of a let's see who can
Bloodbath.
be the most snarky on Twitter,
Yeah.
and then you have that sort of snark backlash where a bunch of people will be, oh, why is everyone getting so snide about this? It's games. They're supposed to be fun. And you know what? To an extent, I agree with it's about games and fun and let's just enjoy ourselves kind of thing. But boy, there are so many reasons to get cynical about this little hobby industry every now and again, and one of those is the insane predictability of a press
Call of
conference.
Duty trailer.
Your press conference is going to start off with some
Shooty bang bang.
military
Yeah.
shoot
Yeah.
bullet gun where CJ knows what I'm talking
I
about.
finally saw it. Yeah.
And
And it was
And?
really good. You're right.
I told you, Lego Movie we're discussing here, folks.
That's right.
But you always have that, Call of Duty or whatever the military first-person shooter flavor of the month
Whatever
is.
the EA equivalent is.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You always have that. It's always the exact same thing. It's a bunch of guys in fatigues running around a gray environment yelling, "Go, go! Move, move! Come on!"
A lot of
that's-
very stereotypical dude bro dialogue too.
It's just that. And that goes on for like 10 minutes. And it looks like every other friggin' game, and they tell us how it's going to be completely different from every other game, but no, it's not. It looks like every other game.
Sure.
And then you have the very realistic-looking racing game. No offense, Greg,
No,
but
I hear you.
it's a standard.
It's,
and then it just goes.
They're check boxes that you have to tick and all.
And
of
in
those.
this
Yeah,
one,
for
they
sure.
started off with the announcement of Nürburgring, right?
That was hilarious to me. I mean, I'm glad it's coming, and I've always said, like, I give major props to Turn 10. That they always do it. They always do it right. They always support their games post-release really well, and they've already given us, I think, 2 free tracks, and this is another free track, Nürburgring. And yeah, okay, that's great, but I mean, it feels like every racing game for the last 10 years is shipped with Nürburgring in the box. And to me, all it really does is further prove the theory that Forza 5 wasn't supposed to come out until this year. It seems like they're releasing them as they finish them, but that's just my opinion. I mean, hey, nice to see that it's coming out. They didn't mention too that they released a new car pack at the same time. So, and again, Forza Horizon 2, that's what I was most looking forward to in the Microsoft conference, and it didn't disappoint. It looks awesome. Although I'm really a little bit concerned that it's going to go the Project Gotham 4 route, which you guys won't remember this, but Project Gotham 4, you guys remember those games.
Yes.
They introduced rain and weather in Project Gotham 4.
The
And
Korean pop star
yes.
Rain.
And in the menus, you never saw a car in that game that wasn't soaked. Just because we have rain now. And when they showed the Forza Horizon 2...
it was like cartoonishly just drenched, just water constantly.
Sure.
And if you go back thinking that way, watching the Forza Horizon 2 video, everything is either being rained on or has been rained on before you got there. So
That's how you make a racing game look good.
Yeah,
All you need is to put some water on it.
Yep.
that's
and
the secret of car commercials, you know? Hose down that road before you start filming.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 2, whatever. Sure.
Shut up. It's going to be great. Game of the
Yeah,
year.
what do you think about the fact that it's coming out for multiple Xbox platforms?
I think that's
360 and
perfect. That
One?
makes sense. And I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it affecting the development because it's 2 different teams doing it. So,
Yeah,
like, 2
you're
completely
right.
different teams doing it. It's Turn 10 overseeing everything like
Yeah.
they did last time, and 2 completely different teams doing the 2 different SKUs.
It's just not
Mike.
then technically an Xbox One exclusive.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't think that racing games are enough of a seller anymore that they're going to move a bunch of systems.
That's
I
a
think
good
the
point.
people who-
Yeah.
I think the people who it would sell a system to will go out and buy an Xbox One. But I don't think you want to limit your market, and racing games just aren't the big sellers they used to be.
Hmm. So Microsoft showed off some Kinect games.
But they never said the word Connect.
They never did?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so, yeah.
I don't think they
Okay.
did.
Well, they showed off Dance Central Spotlight, or they at least mentioned
Yeah.
them, and Fantasia.
I
So
love that I mean, they worded it better than this, but the big selling point for Dance Central Spotlight was we can sell you more content as fast as possible.
Yeah.
yes,
TJ's
Yes.
wallet started to warm up.
I've not owned any of the Dance Central games.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I never had a Kinect before
You
the
will
Xbox One.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Did you
Say something about Fantasia.
What?
did they show any Fantasia? Did I miss that?
They sort of
No.
they mentioned Fantasia and they sort of like danced around the here's Fantasia and we're very excited about it and let's talk. Nah, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
It was that kind of thing.
Yeah. How
They
about Sunset
almost
Overdrive? Huh?
did, but Boy, that looks neat.
That does look neat.
That looks.
pretty cool.
My
It looks like- it
concern
looks-
with this game.
My concern is shut up. It looks like Jet Set Radio with guns instead of spray cans.
does.
That's what it looks like, and that is awesome.
My concern with it is that all of the footage that they've shown so far is basically just the same thing over and over in
Sunset Overdrive?
slightly different environments. So, I mean, I get that the gameplay is running around environments and doing some shooty shoot, but what else is there to the game? It's kind of, I don't know.
Ted Price. There's Ted
Yeah.
Price to the game.
Yeah, I mean, it looks very cool. Looks
You're
very
crazy.
cool.
It looks like Jet Set Radio with guns instead of spray cans, and that is awesome.
Is it single player as well, or is it just multiplayer?
I'm
know?
pretty sure it's both.
I hope it's got the
I hope
single
it's
player.
I'm pretty sure it's both.
Better
Yeah.
have single player. Better have some Dragula in there too.
That would be amazing.
So I assume that CJ, you ran out and bought the Dead Rising character pack the second it was available.
No, I don't own Dead
The-
Rising
The
3.
DLC.
Yeah.
I don't own Dead Rising.
I'll say this. Obviously, Crackdown has me needing to buy an Xbox One now, but I'm regretting not just going out and getting it right now because holy crap, Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 Dash Arcade Remix Hyper Edition EX Plus Alpha looks like the dumbest friggin' thing ever, and
I
holy cow, do I
think-
want to play it.
It's multiplayer only.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not positive, but I went online to. I was considering grabbing. I think it was $10 for the pack.
Uh-huh.
And the description made it sound like they're multiplayer only skins,
That
which sucked. Because I would
Breaks my
actually. I
heart.
don't know if I'd spend $10 on the skins, but I would actually have paid some money to have those skins in the
in
game.
a single
Because Dead Rising 3, I mean, I've never played through it, but I played a few hours of it, and it's a shame that they went for that sort of standard brown and black, everything,
yeah.
like first-person shooter military look, because the game actually has all the same gameplay that was so awesome in the first couple games. Like, it's
Really?
still as silly as
first
ever.
game.
Yeah, sorry. It's still as silly as it ever was. It just doesn't. It just looks serious.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then obviously with this character pack, like that fits the game so perfectly, and I
Yeah.
think it's only multiplayer, which sucks.
I do like the trend in at least two press conferences that we got where they announced things were available today, like now.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of sign up for the beta today, and at least in Destiny's case with Sony, they're going to be doing the alpha on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty excellent. I like that trend and would like to see it continue.
Mhm.
I thought that we were going to see Last of Us Remastered released this week, which would have been awesome, but no.
Do you need to see that?
It's July now, end of July.
End of July, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but
You already know if you're going to buy it, and you already know what it looks like. It came out last
exactly.
year.
Yeah. And I'll play through it again.
Yeah,
You're nuts.
I will too.
It's good.
It's a good game.
All right. Do we want to say anything more about Microsoft? What about
What about Fable Legends? What about all that awesome
Spark?
British banter? I actually thought Fable Legends looked kind of good, but I wasn't sure. It didn't really seem to explain if it's like an instanced sort of multiplayer only thing, or if it's an actual RPG, or what's going on.
I don't know, but those characters were pretty damn chatty.
They were extremely chatty.
That is so Fable though. That's like where they've been going with that series.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
It's
But it looked like it really reminded me of Dragon's Dogma, actually.
you're gonna
a lot.
have a character talking throughout
Yeah.
the whole game. At least have the decency to hire Dana Gould to.
To be Gex.
Well,
Be your
I
gecko.
don't
and
want to
the dude.
pigeonhole you, but the option's always there.
A lot of dragons in this E3 too. That's another
Yeah.
trend. Along with
All four dragons. What? Actually, I do have a question for you guys because there was a couple other. They went all in on the indie games, obviously.
they
Cuphead.
did.
Cuphead.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
Cuphead
Yep.
beat 'em up that looks like a 1930s cartoon.
What about that
Yep.
Inside game? What did you think of that?
From the
I thought
Limbo
it wasn't.
studio.
I thought it wasn't Cuphead. So
I thought it looked pretty cool.
I thought it was cool,
which
too.
one is that?
It's
Which one is that?
It was like, it looked almost like a stealth game. It was like a 2.5D.
Yeah,
Okay.
black and white visuals
Right.
with some select color.
Interesting art style.
Red.
Yeah.
Art style.
I don't know. I kind of reason why the Xbox excites me is it doesn't have all those stupid, meaningless indie garbage, littering the system there.
Right.
that-
Right.
Isn't that Sony's problem? They have too much of that stuff festering on their machine.
Garbage. I think the word you're looking for is garbage.
Was it garbage?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
garbage.
Okay. For crying out loud.
And hey, Platinum Games is doing a game I'll never play on the Xbox. That's cool.
Which one?
Scalebound.
That's right.
Which I was kind of right into until he put on his Beats by Dre headset, and then I was, man,
And what about the anime wink at the camera?
yeah.
Like, oh, there are a bunch of beasts around. Hold on, let me take care of these. Wink.
You guys suck because you didn't care about the new Tomb Raider.
Hey,
I care about the new Tomb Raider.
looks good.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it. I
also-
like its
how
stupid
many years
title.
off is that?
I don't know, but I have to say it's kind of funny because it feels like she's in therapy because of all the death and everything from the first game.
Yes.
But she seemed fine with all that murder after the first couple people she killed in the first game.
well,
Sure.
it's an alternate origin story.
Right. And then they're going
Every-
to send her back into
well,
a
after-
situation where she murders a
after
bunch
a
of other
few-
dudes.
After a
Yeah.
few rebars to the shoulder, you don't feel pain.
It's true.
Yep.
Psychological pain. That's
right.
it. That's the antidote for psychological pain.
Yeah.
My
Well,
my-
you couldn't see it, but she had some Beats by Dre ear pods in, and was listening to
That
the
will do
Spice
it.
Girls through the entire
that will do it.
I know my therapist really suggests murder when
Yeah.
when I'm feeling a little tense.
Steven,
Yeah.
you're out in California. You got one of those liberal therapists.
Yeah. Well, it's murder and then medicinal marijuana
Right.
for my
right.
anxiety.
What do you think about Conquer coming back, huh?
Who cares?
Is he coming back, really? Or are they just kind of dumping
His
him?
character model is coming back.
They're dumping his dead carcass into Project
Yeah.
Spark,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
Project Spark, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
We're all clearly excited about it.
Should we move on to Sony?
You mean you don't want to talk about EA? EA sucked. Next.
What about Ubisoft? You talk
Lots
about
of
Gary
swearing,
Steinman's
lots of awkward
excellent
jokes.
performance in Shape Up.
Man, he did about 38 and a half more push-ups than I can do.
Yeah, could not compete with that. That
Yep.
game looks interesting though. That
I did
Ubisoft doing the Kinect game that Microsoft probably should have come up with themselves.
Hmm.
Yeah, with Shape Up.
Yeah.
Looks interesting. If it's $60, forget it. But for budget price, sure.
I had to turn away from the Ubisoft conference to put the kids to bed, and so I missed the last half of it. But I hear that female hostages are the new flags in Capture the Flag games.
Oh, you talking about Rainbow Six Siege?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's some good times.
that
Seems
really
like a smart decision.
that conceptual gameplay prototype looked pretty good. I thought interesting,
Looks like every other squad-based shooter.
except this time it was in a house.
Oh,
That's the new
and then they
thing,
have
right?
that other one that's in a city.
And so the team who's
Right.
the terrorists get to set up all. They have the first 13 seconds of the match or 30 seconds of the match to set up barricades and shit around.
So what you're saying is this is essentially an updated Spy versus Spy.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Exactly.
EA had that Battlefield game that they're not calling Battlefield, where you could shoot cops. That's cool.
What is that thing called again? Hardline.
Hardline. I don't get what is different about that game. It just looks like Battlefield. Like
Yeah, when I think
mean,
Battlefield, I
great,
think army dudes and shooty shoot, and this was like
Yeah.
called Battlefield, but it's cops and robbers.
The most well-armed robbers ever.
Hmm.
Yeah, and organized, by the way, super organized,
No.
with a heads-up display that tells them when they have the loot.
They did have the loot for a lot of that video.
It really did.
Now wait, is that LUTE?
No,
Oh.
no.
That would be
Oh.
pretty funny.
I'm suddenly less interested.
That's Battlefield Medieval.
Yeah.
I love it in EA and Ubisoft when they show off The Sims 4 in EA's conference, and they
Mhm.
showed off Just Dance in Ubisoft's show, and the video game press just proceeds to take a shit on those games, even though both of those titles sell extremely well.
But they don't
But-
sell to the people who are in the video games press.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And all games need to be made for them.
That's right.
My wife saw the Just Dance presentation, and now I think we'll probably end up getting Just Dance.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not proud of it.
The smartphone thing looked interesting.
I didn't even get it.
It's where you download this thing onto your phone, and as long as you have an internet-connected television, everybody
Which I
in the
don't.
room or proximity to you can play the same match against each other. So you can have, like they had in the video, a 30-player Just
But
Dance game.
how does it measure how you're doing?
These motion sensors in your smartphone?
Okay.
Yeah. That's how
So
it does
if I
it.
stand there and shake the beat, I win? Or
Well, you have to do the moves that are on the
Yeah.
internet-connected television.
I mean, you know what?
that
I don't
from
care.
home.
Honestly, it's the whole point is to get everybody up and dancing, and I get it, and it looked like a lot of fun, but I just thought it was an extremely convoluted, we're everywhere kind of thing that just didn't need to be.
Yeah. Well, the other weird thing is they transitioned from that game to like some dark.
Yeah, we've gone 5 minutes without killing anyone.
Yeah. So hold on.
Bring on the military weapons.
Yeah, they went from that to the Division or something, right? Where they were
That's the
talking
other
about
one I was thinking of.
the zombie apocalypse has occurred.
That was a great trailer, though. Holy mackerel! Like that,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
really well produced. I'm
affecting.
not saying it sold me on the game, but the trailer itself was really well produced. That whole time lapse thing.
Yeah, because the game starts at Black Friday, right?
Right.
A virus is released, and then you go through, I guess, this family's apartment in New York, where they sort of time lapse it and show all the things that are happening. That was really interesting. It was super interesting.
It was really cool. Although I thought it was kind of funny. Wasn't that the demo where they were like playing? They were technically playing online, but it was like this perfect world where everybody was on voice chat and they were all communicating and giving each other commands. And
Yeah, exactly. Which
like,
never.
But there were like
never
never
happened.
racial slurs or
No,
homophobia. I mean, that wasn't realistic at all.
no.
No, but it did look really good. It's just another squad-based shooter. Like they keep dressing up the same,
Yeah.
like very.
Well, then what about
similar
Assassin's
games
Creed
and calling them
Unity, which
something
is
new?
a multiplayer Assassin's
At
Creed,
least that plays different than
squad-based?
aim down the iron sights and
Yeah.
shoot.
What do you
but
think of Far Cry 4? by
looked
the way?
awesome.
Yeah, that had a pretty interesting first
No.
5 minutes.
I'm a big Buddy Cole fan, so
I heard.
Yeah.
no, it looked really good. I mean, and you got to go off what Far Cry 3 was, and Far Cry 3 was fantastic. So
It was. And the footage that they showed at Sony's conference looked especially good with the elephants that wreak havoc on
Yeah.
that base. That
I mean,
was
talk
awesome.
about scripted, but
Oh, yeah.
but
Completely.
again, based on playing Far Cry 3, you know that you will be able to get animals to do that stuff.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
it'll be a little more random, but
Sure.
yeah, I mean, it just looks like they amped up Far Cry 3, so I'm all for it.
Absolutely. All right. Should we talk anything more about EA except for how often they showed something that was a conceptual prototype?
Mass Effect 4 is an idea.
Yeah, we've been thinking about Mass Effect. We've heard your feedback. We won't do that to you again. That thing we did at the end of Mass Effect 3. That you didn't like. And Criterion is coming up with some sort of
Oh my
racing,
gosh.
parachuting, climbing, helicoptering.
Yeah.
Sure, I
I
guess.
came up with Just Cause. Just Cause.
Yeah, basically. And then the Star Wars game, where it was really just footage of all the DICE people handling the Lucas archives.
That was good enough for me.
Yeah.
Honestly,
What about
I
Mirror's
already
Edge?
bought that game based on that video.
Or Mirror's Edge, where
Mirror's
they were
Edge. Man, it's like they talked about that game last year, and I saw people complaining. It's like, that game doesn't look like it's been in production for a year.
Yeah.
That's because it's not. They were
No.
floating the idea last year, and it's so funny to me because it feels like EA got bullied into making that game. Like,
Yeah, it feels
what-
like that's way far off.
what possible reason is there to make Mirror's Edge 2? I liked the first game, and I mean, I'm glad they're making Mirror's Edge 2, but it can't be. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like something they would make outside of it's a total PR move.
Well, and it seems like
realistic.
everything that they showed in the conceptual prototype was from the first game.
It's a high-res version of the first game.
So
I'm sure it'll be really good, but I don't know.
that's what you say.
It's a couple years away, I'd say.
Even the demo gave me motion sickness on that one.
Oh, Jesus.
I won't be in on that one.
Give me motion sickness.
So should we move on to
Sorny?
Sorny? Or did you want to talk about NHL where they showed in-game footage
Oh my god, that was terrible.
was not at all in-game? We're going to show you gameplay. None of the camera angles they showed would have been gameplay.
No. I mean, I can see why they'd have to do that because the camera angle they would have to show actual gameplay. It wouldn't look any different to most people than the PS3 and
So
360
at least
version.
show a few seconds of that so that we know what it looks like.
I'll tell you one thing, man. They got to close the doors in those arenas because there is a lot of wind on that ice. All the jerseys are rippling at all times. It's just like... But I'm sure it's going to be... I think there's some actual video out there of the game. I haven't gone and found it yet. But I'm excited about it. That's one of the ones that's going to be on the pre-order list. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right. So
one of
shall
the
we move on to
cousins.
Sorny?
Yep.
Sorny
Sure.
time. What do you got?
Well,
Destiny looked like a PS3 game.
Yeah, the more I see of Destiny, the less excited I am about that game. Like, the first couple trailers were interesting, and then they went ahead and did more trailers, and I'm not at all interested.
And you realize it started life as a Halo game?
Yeah, because everything in the game looks and moves and reacts just like things in the Halo universe, except they look
Hey, look.
slightly different.
There's Guilty Spark.
Exactly.
I still think it looks good. I mean, I'm a Halo fan. Why not? Bungie made
Yeah,
good
I
Halo
mean, I
games.
guess it looks good enough.
But it was really
I,
weird. Like I know it's cross-platform, but like some of the times when they show close-ups of the environments and stuff, they didn't look good.
Mhm.
They looked jagged and low poly in some spots. There was one, I think it was actually the camera got messed up and they got really close in on like it was a hose or a rope or something. They got right into the screen and it's like, wow, that looks awful. So
Well, that's what you want 1080p hoses
yeah,
in your games for realism. But
Are you
the whole alpha thing is good.
did you get in?
I hope I get in. I registered for it.
Do you know who I am?
I guess we'll
I have 50
see.
listeners who need to know if Destiny's any good.
Yes. Should we talk about the Order? 1886.
I didn't get much out of that demo.
Showing a bit of. I don't think they have really had the supernatural bent in any of
Yes.
the previous trailers. So much.
Werewolves.
So yeah, you have like a werewolf dude. At first it looked like zombies, and then
Yes.
it turned into a creature of some kind.
It was a nice homage to Resident Evil. That whole scene where he comes up on the werewolf dude eating.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
you weren't having Resident Evil flashbacks when that was happening?
No,
I mean, it was almost
didn't.
exactly the first zombie
Yeah.
scene in Resident Evil.
Yeah. Speaking of Resident Evil, where was that? Wasn't that rumored quite heavily before the show that someone was going to have a Resident Evil game?
I don't
Didn't
know.
happen.
Yeah.
But the order looks cool since it's not coming out till 2015. You
Yeah.
know, we got time.
I like the setting, but I mean, it didn't. Like that demo didn't really tell you much outside of there's sort of a supernatural bent to it, and that's cool. But otherwise, it looks like a steampunk shooter,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which could be really cool.
which is fine by me. Sure. Yeah. Some Second Son DLC, standalone DLC.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
First Light.
We get to play as Fetch.
Who's Fetch? I didn't play
No.
Second
Did
Son
you
yet.
not play Second Son? She's one of the characters you meet in Second Son.
Good description.
I don't want to spoil the game
Okay.
for you. 'Cause maybe you'll
Just
play it
character
one day.
infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like more infamous. That's cool.
Yeah. Sure.
That's what I mean. This is like the whole. I feel like I'm saying the same thing about every game, but that's like what the whole conference was to me. It's like, ah, that looks good. Next. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah. What about Mike Phillips is not here, but I already know what his game of the show is. A Little Big Planet
Right.
3.
Of course.
that demo perfectly encapsulated why I can't play those games.
Yes, but you know what? It was fun to watch. It's
It
an
was fun to
energy
watch, but if
it.
I'd been holding one of the controllers, I would have thrown it into the crowd.
Yeah.
So creative and so charming and so cute.
Sure.
And even the people who made the game couldn't do anything properly.
That's true.
Look at this wall jumping. Okay.
How do you do
Broken.
this?
Yeah.
Wall jumps have been in how many games for how many years? Can't do it.
Keep getting caught on the geometry and dropping spikes on each other and
Yeah, and this was just a demo level. This was a short level.
Yep.
Normally, Little Big Planet levels go for 20 minutes.
I mean, and smart that every game it's all backwards compatible with the old levels, but that also means that the gameplay is not going to change, obviously. So the physics, I should
That's
say,
true.
aren't going to change.
That's true.
But I mean, I wasn't expecting that. That's a Christmas release. That's
Yeah.
good for this
Yeah.
year, especially since they lost 1886 this year, because that was supposed to be a 2014 release at one point.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not too much 2014. Some surprises though at Sony. We got that Grim Fandango announcement.
I'm pumped for that. I've never played Grim Fandango.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh, wow.
always wanted to play it, and I just have never gotten around to it. I don't even know if it runs on the Mac or not. If Good Old Games has it or something, but now I don't care because I'll just get it on the PS4.
Yeah, I don't believe it's. I don't believe it's on any of the the old game sites right now. From what I understand, it's somewhat notoriously difficult to get running on modern machines.
Yeah, the old PC
remember
games are such a
correctly.
pain in the ass to play.
Yeah,
It's too bad.
it's gonna be nice playing that with good controls though. That was a problem that the original had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it was. I believe it might have been the first polygonal LucasArts game, maybe.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah, and it had a very sort of awkward control scheme because they didn't have experience with it at that point. So,
Hmm.
I mean, obviously it's a brilliant game.
So is this is it going to be a reskin or is it just going to be a port? Have they said?
I thought it was going to be a full-blown remaster.
Yeah, I think they're giving it the whole makeover.
Full 9.
I kind of it gives me hope that maybe Disney will mine some of the other old
Oh,
LucasArts
man.
games,
I
even
would
if it's
love,
to release update, like the old versions updated for new hardware.
like Day of the Tentacle and
Oh,
they could work out some licensing thing with the old Sam and Max game.
mhm.
I'd be a happy camper.
Yeah.
The old Monkey Islands,
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
so good.
Hey, maybe that will happen.
Let's see.
Hidden within that Ratchet and Clank movie talk was a remastered version of the first Ratchet and Clank for PS4 coming in 2015, which I'm pretty excited about.
I like me some Ratchet and Clank.
You know, the first game was good, but the sequels far outdid
better.
it.
Oh yeah.
So
For sure.
I'd love to see them like apply some of these systems and leveling up stuff to the first game. That would be pretty cool.
Yes, that's really true. Because when that collection came out on the PS3, I grabbed that, and that's what I remember thinking. Was like I turned it on, and I was playing the first game. It's like, yeah, they really hadn't refined this at all.
No, no, they had
This
not.
was a really good idea.
Yeah.
and That's
Like
about it.
it had no strafing or any of that stuff.
Right.
There was just a lot in the later games that refined everything. So
Well, I need to go back and play that Ratchet collection some more. Now that
Yeah,
You'd be surprised at how basic the first game feels.
the collection.
Oh, I
the first
know.
time I had finished the first Ratchet and Clank.
Really?
Yeah. So I think
and
there was
I
some sort of bug that prevented me from
Oh,
finishing
really?
it.
I was thinking of maybe I'll go play it tonight, but no, I don't have a PlayStation system.
All right.
Oh,
Although it's apparently en route back to me, so I
nice.
should have it hopefully in a day or two. So
Very nice.
So best trailer of the show was Dead Island 2, obviously.
You know, as far as trailers go, if you're gonna do a conceptual gameplay trailer or a trailer that has absolutely nothing to do with gameplay, do it that way. Sure.
Yeah, I'll never play that game, but that trailer was awesome.
If it's anything like Dead Island Riptide, I have no interest in playing that. No.
Yeah.
Because I got motion sickness out of that game.
Oh,
Anyway,
Jesus, you and your friggin' motion sickness.
it's true. It's a condition.
uh,
So hey, so
Which, by the way, like that Evolve game, which looks
oh
awesome,
my God, that looks good.
because it's from the Left 4 Dead team, and Left 4 Dead really gives me motion sickness. Like I'm sure I won't be able to play Evolve.
oh, sorry to hear that.
There's no way.
Hey, I will be right back.
Okay,
I got baby situation happening here. I'll be right back.
Messages will be
have fun with that. Yeah, so I mean, Sony had some other interesting announcements, like the Diablo 3 Last of Us
Yeah.
content, which was kind of crazy. The Destiny version of the PS4, the white PS4, that's
Which the
coming.
crowd went nuts for. I've never understood the new colors being like this huge selling point, but
Yeah,
that's just me.
they're gonna have some exclusive Disney Infinity stuff. Which
Yeah.
are you excited about that?
No.
No.
No. At first I kind of, when they did like a Disney Infinity press conference a couple weeks back,
hmm
and I watched it, and it's like, I mean, the same old thing. Those toys look really cool.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
but the footage they showed didn't convince me that the game's going to be any better. So,
Mhm.
and they kind of danced around whether or not like they said all the old characters would work, but I don't think they really made it clear whether they would work just in the toy box.
Sure.
Sure. They did say that the toy box mode is going to be a lot more user friendly, which is excellent because that's one of the problems in the first game. It's like got this amazing amount of depth, but you really need to want to sit down and play with it, and like to the point that my kids, because they're younger,
Sure.
it was too much for them, right? Like they did want to play with it, but it was just a little too deep for them.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Alright.
all that stuff will probably get fixed, but I'm not spending another $100 on on that game and some figures again. Forget that. Plus, I have
Yeah.
to save up for Nintendo figures. So
Well, there you go. That's
Mm.
right. Let's see some other announcements from Sony PlayStation TV for $100 in the U.S.
you're all over that.
I might be interested in it for the remote play of PS4 stuff.
That's.
That-
I mean, if it's
that's
that's definitely legit. Yeah.
And for $100, that seems...
What's $100?
Yeah, exactly.
Drop in the bucket. You only carry hundreds.
That's right. And YouTube coming to PS4. YouTube
Finally.
streaming and video upload.
And
So that's cool.
and spectator chat. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Sure. Have you ever had good chat in Twitch streams?
Yeah, I have actually.
Have you? Okay. Generally, it's so. What do you think of this game? Do you like this? Is this any good? And that's the extent. Just saying.
That's because nobody good watches your streams.
Probably the case. Yes. What do you think of Bloodborne?
I'm not a Dark Souls person.
Me neither.
so,
But wow, did the From
looked-
Software logo and that the main designer guy's name get a ton of applause?
I was such a problem reconciling that because I mean, where I haven't played like the Demon Souls and Dark Souls games, and they don't really interest me all that much.
Yeah.
When I see From Software, I think like Kingsfield
Kingsfield.
and
Yeah.
Armored Core, and
Yeah.
like games that had their fans but were never all that good in my mind.
I don't know about I don't know about not good, but yeah, it was definitely a niche, and it
Not good enough that you
wasn't
would put up the
me.
From
It was-
Software logo and the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah,
I mean, Demon Souls and Dark Souls have done that for them, obviously.
yeah. I still have not played any of those games.
I mean, Bloodborne looked really nice,
It did.
but I doubt I'll play it. Just
Yeah, me
because I'm not. I don't know.
I'm not that. I'm not
I love
that
the
gamer.
idea of those games. Yeah.
Can't do it.
I'll tell you what did look awesome, and probably is definitely one of my front runners for game of the show. No Man's Sky.
Yes. from
Oh
Halloween.
my god.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks really, really damn good.
Yeah. And like the whole planet side up into space, like it just I
You can
can't
go
believe
anywhere.
that that's an indie
See
game.
a planet there, you can land and explore.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff's cool. It's very cool.
No, I'm all over that, and it looks gorgeous on top of everything
does.
else.
It totally does. Yes, indeed. Should we move along to Nintendo?
Let me check my notes. Not a big Mortal Kombat 10 fan.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
No, I don't care.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Uncharted.
We
Shit.
didn't talk about Batman. We didn't talk about Uncharted.
my
You
God.
suck at this.
Sorry. Let's go down that list then.
Without Phil, it's just you and me. Well,
So,
go ahead. You're the host.
all right, now let's talk about Mortal Kombat then.
I don't
thought
want
it
to talk about
was
Mortal
interesting
Kombat.
That okay, that the teaser that they put out gets criticized, and then like 2 days later they show this longer, very gameplay centric footage at the Sony conference.
It's because some people in the games media don't seem to understand the whole idea behind teaser trailers and marketing plans and things like that.
Okay.
Phil apparently cannot rejoin us.
I see that. Well, Phil, why don't you leave and try coming back?
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
So,
Yeah.
I'm saying it now.
Go ahead.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Hmm.
Snake turns into Big Boss because of that piece of shrapnel that's worming its way into his brain.
All
Did you
right.
notice that? Did you notice that at the end of the trailer?
I didn't because I sort of zoned out when Metal Gear Solid 5
Oh, for
came
God's
on.
sake.
Because I just kind of don't care about that series anymore.
Anyway, he's got some shrapnel in his head.
Okay.
So,
And if Phil were here, I would imagine he would agree with you.
unless the nanomachines save him.
Yeah.
What about Batman? Were you excited about Batman?
What about the Batman?
Okay,
There's Phil.
Phil's back. So,
You can talk about
Phil,
Metal Gear now.
Metal Gear Solid 5
Just in
trailer, what do you
time.
think?
Metal Gear. Had to slightly adjust my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear.
But that doesn't sound like him now because he's
Man.
this is where 24 jumps out the window.
Boy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that all
What'd
you
you
have to
think
say about
What do you
that?
think of the Metal Gear trailer?
looks cool. I'm just I'm slightly apprehensive after Ground Zeroes. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I'm worried that this is the time. I mean, it's not like it hasn't done it before, but I'm worried that this is the time where Metal Gear, sort of being up its own butt, will kind of somehow bite it in its butt.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wait, how can you be up your own butt and then bite your own?
Well, that's the somehow. I don't know. Leave it.
Okay.
You know what? Leave it to Kojima. He'll figure out some. You know what? Nanobots. Nanobots. That's how it works. Little
What
nano
about Batman?
machines.
You
about
excited about
Batman?
you
What
excited
about
about driving?
What?
You excited about driving the Bat Tank?
Oh, you know what? You should listen to these speakers I had installed. I call them the dogs. Listen to 'em bark. Oh, parents.
My 5-year-old will run around the house yelling, "Darkness, no parents."
Super rich.
Kind of
Kinda
helps.
makes it better.
Kind of makes it better. Batman's a real artist, Emmett.
You know what the best part about
Dark
that
and brooding.
scene is when the song starts up, Wild Style is lip syncing along. To
You
it.
know what? I didn't notice that the first time I watched the movie.
I didn't either.
We were watching it the other day on TV, and I just happened to look. It's like she's lip syncing. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, she's really into it. Everyone should see the Lego movie if you
The Lego
haven't.
movie's great.
That's what we're getting at here. You know, if Will Arnett was voicing Batman in this new game, I would be more interested. No, it looks pretty cool.
It does
Even
look
the
cool.
tank
The
combat?
Bat tank
like-
thing kind of. Nah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Batman
We'll
doesn't
see.
kill people, so of course his car can transform into a tank and it's armed to the teeth. But
Well, it's those are stun.
yeah,
Stun bullets.
concussion bullets.
I mean, it's not going to top the Sega CD driving.
Well, no.
But, this will be a close second, I'm sure. But,
the other thing I was curious about is why is his car so far away from where he starts? He just forget where he parked or
Well,
what?
otherwise it wouldn't look cool when he calls the car.
Flies for about 100 miles before he gets to his car.
I had to drive around for a while and find street parking. I wasn't going to pay the $20 for a garage.
Free spots are hard to find in Gotham.
Yeah.
Gets there and there's a boot on the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
So who was that? Was that Scarecrow at the end of that trailer?
Yeah.
Yes.
It kind of looked like him and didn't look like him.
sure wasn't the Joker.
That's true.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, it was that was Scarecrow, and which gives me hopes that Mrs. King will end up being in the game as well.
Nice.
So-
Wow.
What?
Should we talk about Uncharted?
What's there to talk
Uncharted
about?
4?
New trailer.
Yeah, another teaser.
So
Nathan
they killed
Drake.
this time.
Nathan Drake continues his transformation into Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
He really looked like Nathan Fillion in that.
They should have just modeled him like Mark Wahlberg now. Just to mess with people, like even if that's not how he's going to look in the actual game.
Make him look like Ellen Page.
Yeah.
Make him look like Good Vibrations.
But this is the last game because it's called A Thief's
Oh.
End.
Oh, here, come on over here, Finn.
Yeah,
It's bedtime.
Could be.
It's bedtime.
Bedtime.
It should be. It's
Oh.
midnight.
Yeah.
What? Say,
Well-
no. There are time zones and stuff.
That's
I don't
true.
believe it.
Finn. Are you saying goodnight to the kitty? I don't think Moxie
But,
wants to
you
be
know,
petted
Uncharted
right now, dude.
4. I'm ready for it whenever it shows up. But
Oh yeah, same
I
here.
don't need to be any more hyped for it.
You're
It's-
so cynical.
Kind of a bummer with no Amy Hennig though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Finn, what was your favorite game you saw at E3? You don't know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you go potty?
Yeah.
Good.
That's good.
Learning to use the toilet.
Nice.
It's important.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, there you go. Can you say Yoshi's Woolly World?
Can you say all the feels?
Can you say
That's our
all the
segue into
feels?
Nintendo.
all feels.
Yeah, all
So
feels.
you could work for Microsoft.
Ben has all the feels.
Wasn't that
Ubisoft?
Was it
Ubisoft?
EA?
did all-
Or Ubisoft? I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, that was one of them. Okay, Finn.
Night,
Yeah.
night.
Night, little buddy.
Night, night, Omegle.
What?
Night, night, Omegle.
don't know
Did you
what's
just say
happening.
night, everybody?
Night, night, Omegle.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
there you go.
He's a showman. Okay, can I get a kiss?
Night, go, baby.
No, not from us.
Night, night.
Do I get a night kiss from
Night, night.
Stewart?
I'm sure when he knocks your mic,
Okay.
that's gonna be real good.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Every time.
Okay.
Night, night, Shula.
Okay,
Glad I'm
night,
not
buddy.
editing this
Night,
show.
night, Shula.
Okay, we gotta go. Give me a kiss.
Night, Shula.
Okay, there we go. Take the kid.
Here.
It's bedtime. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
CJ,
Yeah. What's that?
your little show's not going to disrupt my family life. I don't care.
All right then.
What do you think about that?
No,
That's
no
it.
different than any other show.
Nintendo.
That's true.
All right, should we move along to Nintendo? Did you have anything else there you want to talk about?
Really?
No, you're not excited about Uncharted. We've established that now. So let's move
It's
on.
not that I'm not excited about
Why
it.
do you hate?
It's
why do
that
you hate Uncharted?
Because it's not on the Wii U.
You
Oh.
know that it's at least a year away, if not more.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because
And yet, how excited are you going to be about all these Wii U games
Yeah,
that are
coming out in
a year
2015.
plus out?
2015.
Mhm.
I don't know. Why don't we
You
talk
better not
about
show any
them?
excitement about Zelda.
Why don't we talk about them?
I don't
Talk
know.
about
Why don't we?
Zelda first?
No,
Yeah,
let's
sure.
talk about how this was the most entertaining press conference of all of them in the first 2 minutes.
You talking about the battle between
Yeah.
Sega and Iwata?
Great.
Yeah.
But they are just. And the only reason they did that was so that there would be animated GIFs
Oh yeah.
all
Oh,
over the
sure.
internet. Yeah, I
Sure.
mean that's. I
That's
mean,
a good-
kudos to them
And
for
God bless them.
really sort of embracing that, and let's give them what they want.
Yeah.
Some the Luigi death stare in there.
Oh yeah, that was nice too. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So you buying all the amiibos?
Oh man.
You're buying all the amiibos,
It's gonna be hard to.
and they're gonna be $15 a
buy.
piece. You watch.
Although
I'm sure they will.
you know, they showed them off in Smash Brothers, but so is it like it's a computer controlled fighter?
They said
I don't
in
know.
the Bill Trinan video that they ran later, if you noticed,
Yeah.
he mentioned how they'll build abilities faster than the in-game characters do normally.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and knowing Nintendo, I'm sure that there'll be like some cross. Like if this is the character you used in Smash Brothers, then there's something special. And I'm not going to say Mario Kart, although that probably won't be it because Mario Kart's already out. But you know what I mean.
Right.
There'll
Well,
probably
they
be some
said-
benefit to some character you've used in multiple games down the road.
Yeah. They said that Amiibo is gonna come to Mario Kart also, right?
Yeah, I think they did actually.
But
Yeah.
if it's being retrofit, then I'm sure that stuff like that might not really show itself. But,
Right.
But you never know.
Yeah.
Either way, I'll end up buying a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, the first announcement was you can use Mii's in Smash Brothers, right?
Yes.
And that was pretty interesting. You can
Was it?
customize them, different fighting styles.
Yep.
Mysterious arm cannons.
There you go.
right.
Who doesn't love that?
Well, you got Mega Man in this game.
Yeah.
So that's
I hear he's a crowd favorite
he is.
when he's doing
So-
the Final Smash. There you go.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I guess they had to say something new about Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
Showed it off for so long.
I do look forward to the point where we don't have to hear about Smash Brothers anymore. Just because I feel like this is a fighting game that's a sequel to it's another entry in a series that I'm already familiar with. I know what to expect. I really don't need to see Smash Brothers talked about for 10 minutes, 15 minutes of every single
It's
Nintendo
an
Direct press
easy
conference.
fan servicey.
Yeah, it's their
Well,
hot game for this
that's-
year.
yeah,
I mean, they were going
I-
to talk about a bunch of stuff coming out next year. They had to do something that people could get excited about today.
I agree. I agree.
They did announce another new character as well.
Yeah.
So you got
Who cares?
Palutena, huh?
Palutena, yeah.
Huh?
Is Dark Pit also a new character, or do we know about him already?
I'm assuming. Since
We care
yeah,
about him?
and I don't know, not really.
Apparently, they also announced Pac-Man for Smash Brothers
Oh, did
that's
they?
more exciting
tonight.
to me.
Yeah,
When was that?
that was tonight. At the,
Nintendo's running a
Invitation.
bunch of stuff for the next 2 days.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the thing. I actually really liked the idea of Nintendo doing its little pre-recorded, not really a press conference. It's just a bunch of stuff we're showing off. But then it's like, yeah, we showed off all our stuff except for these several other things that are sort of scattered throughout the days.
including
here.
supposedly a major 3DS game that is still unannounced.
Right. Is that tomorrow?
Well,
Yeah.
they're doing a developer, actually right now, I think they're doing a developer roundtable.
On Smash Brothers.
Is it on Smash
Okay.
Brothers? Okay, they're doing another one tomorrow on something else they haven't announced yet.
Yeah, 3DS game.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mysterious 3DS game. But we should talk about the leaked photo from last week where it was revealed that they were going to make Mario Maker.
Yeah.
And how fake that photo looked, and yet it's real. It's a real thing.
It did look kind of fake, didn't it?
It did. But
Yeah.
I am so glad that that is happening
Yeah.
because it looks like fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Mario games. We've all played so much of that to be able to go in and toy around with that mechanic and those levels is extremely cool. Extremely
Yes.
cool. Looking forward to that. And the toggle between classic visuals and New Super Mario Brothers visuals is an interesting idea, although to me, when they switch it to New Super Mario Brothers, it looks just kind of off and just a little bit weird. But great idea, and I'm glad that it's real and not fake.
Yep.
It looks great for a $5 app.
Oh my goodness.
You're one of those people, right?
I just
I
don't
would-
see that
I'm
whole
gonna-
game getting
What,
carried by
Nintendo
that.
expects me to pay $30 to $40
No, I'm not saying
or-
that.
for what is basically a ROM hacking tool, which, by the way, I don't know if you realize that these ROM hacking tools have been around for years, and Nintendo is offering nothing new.
Oh boy.
You know what? You're not allowed to
That's
be
what you
excited about
sound
this
like.
anyway because it's not coming out till 2015. So
Well, there you go.
I just don't. Yeah, it looked interesting. I don't see. I don't
Did
see-
you did you play Wario DIY?
No.
That's a fun little game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm very excited about Mario Maker.
Yeah.
I am. You know what? The first thing I'm going to make when I get Mario Maker,
What's that?
I'm going to make a recreation of World 1-1 from the original Super Mario Brothers.
You and everybody. That'll be the tutorial.
Thank you very much.
Is my thought.
That'll be as far as most people get.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I was very proud of that. I corrected that joke on Twitter right after they showed it, and I had a request to use it on the show as well. So
Well, there you go.
there you go. You're welcome, podcast listeners.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
So, how about that Yoshi's Woolly World?
Holy free holies.
That looks pretty.
That looks
It does.
pretty. And it looks like it might be
Kind of slow.
good.
What?
I don't know.
Looks like it might be kind of slow.
Slow? What do you mean by that?
Just looks slow.
Yeah?
Well, we're not talking about blast processing here. Mr. fan.
No,
don't know.
I really liked a lot of the detail. I mean, it was cool to see them take that concept that they used for that epic yarn,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
really sort of go all out with it. Like, I loved how the piranha plants got tangled up in the yarn and stuff like that. Like, just all those little touches.
Yeah.
It looked really
Yeah.
cool.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it looked beautiful. Really, really good.
Very excited. Very excited about this.
Yeah.
I just all I was getting at is I hope that because it's the same developer, right, as Epic Yarn. Because Epic Yarn was, I think we talked about this before, it's a little boring.
Epic Yarn was a lot
yeah.
boring.
It was a lot boring. There you go. So I just hope that that's not what Yoshi's fate is. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, speaking of Kirby, did you see the claymation
He's moved to clay.
Yes.
game?
Yes.
It really looked like Canvas Curse. It
And
looked
that's,
like-
well, it's the sequel. It's a
oh, is it
sequel-
really?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't catch that.
It's a sequel to Canvas Curse.
That's cool.
I forget the actual title, but it's...
It's Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I am really stoked for that because Canvas Curse,
Yeah.
Pretty great game.
pretty fantastic
That's
game.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very much looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the Nintendo games, man.
What about Splatoon? Let's talk about Splatoon.
Totally
Splatoon
surprised at that.
Would be a lot more interesting, I think, if
Yeah.
instead of like little kids or whatever, it was like army dudes, you know?
Yeah.
And
And
instead of
the
shooting,
ink was blood.
well, instead of shooting like the ink, you're shooting like actual bullets or something, and instead of like turning into what is it, a squid or something stupid, maybe just have like a cover system or something. You know, a lot of like waist high obstacles that you could duck behind.
Waist high cover.
Maybe something like that.
That'd be much better.
Yeah.
Mm.
And instead of being all like bright and
Mm.
colorful, maybe kind of like a more realistic tones. Yeah, I'm thinking like grays, browns. Maybe
Earth
set
tones.
it in.
Make it earthy.
Yeah. Set
Hopefully
it in
there's-
a near future war zone, perhaps. I don't know. Feel free to take my ideas, Nintendo.
I hope they do none of that.
Out of nowhere, that game, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. And looks like one of the most interesting things at E3 so far.
Yeah.
Actually, seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I
I-
really
I
like
was
the
not
design. The character design is cool, and just the concept
The basic game mechanics look great.
where
Yeah.
you have to constantly shoot, basically, and you have to cover this level in your color ink.
Yes.
And
Even the
your
little
ink can also be used as cover, and it can be
Yeah.
used to climb walls and camp out as well. Like
Yep.
that's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Even little things like when you're walking through enemy ink, you have to slow down. You like you're
Oh,
sliding
right.
through mud and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's tons of cool little touches. I was really impressed by it. It
Yeah.
looks so simple too. I really hope there's a. They haven't really. I don't know if they mentioned this or not. If there's a split screen mode,
They did not
I don't
mention it.
know.
I
But it is
hope
a,
there is.
4-on-4 online shooter.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I hope there is.
Yeah, that would be cool. For sure. I was
Which-
disappointed that that's 2015. It looked
Yeah.
like that could have been 2014. But
It It looked like in the footage they showed afterward in the Treehouse Live, there's only one level.
there's only one mode, too. There's the first
Yeah,
mode,
so-
too, so
I'm guessing that's a
Well, I don't know.
prototype,
yeah,
Yeah.
polished prototype, or vertical slice, or whatever you want to call it. But
right. Yeah, very, very interesting, though. I
that
like
looked
it.
really awesome.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That it
Better than
does.
Mario Maker.
Well, hey, this is new IP, right? And that's what people want. They don't want to see another Mario game. They want new IP.
That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of Mario, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker,
Yeah.
which is like
The fans demanded it.
a spin-off of the of the
Nintendo's
Captain
Sonic
Toad levels
Spinball.
in
Mhm.
3D World,
Yep.
which is
Very
awesome.
exciting.
I always thought when playing 3D World, hey, they could make a whole game out of this, and I would buy the hell out of it. And hey, look
You
at
know,
that, they did.
you're the only one who ever thought that. Strangely enough.
Exactly.
Weird. That's weird.
That is.
Yep.
It looks great though.
Yes, it does.
Are you not excited for this, Phil?
What?
You don't sound excited.
What?
Get more excited.
I'm very excited.
Trying not to wake his kid.
Captain
Oh.
Toad! Captain Toad! I'm gonna come home, play some Captain Toad. #1 game out there. It's gonna be good. E3 2014. That game's coming this year. Who'd have
All
thought?
right, you're a little too excited now. I'm gonna have to.
Well,
Yeah, it was too much.
you unleashed that beast.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm.
Nice.
Oh, great, gee, great. Who the hell you say?
Wow.
Oh.
Should we talk about Hyrule Warriors?
No, because
Do we
it's coming
need to
out.
talk
Yeah.
about Hyrule Warriors?
Who cares?
Let's talk some more about everyone
Got,
having to suddenly go, oh, no, this looks like fun.
Well, Dynasty Wars hasn't sucked for the last 15 years.
Wow. Oh, you fools.
But Midna
To
is a
pretend
playable
you like
character.
Dynasty Warriors. Huh?
Midna is a
What's
playable character.
Busty Zelda.
Yeah.
Good old Tecmo.
Is, I hope,
Yeah,
like,
like
Lu
Great
Bu is in there.
Oops. What?
I hope Lu Bu is in there as an unlockable character.
I hope the Lali Lulelo are in there.
Oh.
Ho 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 ho.
But, yeah.
What do you think?
Looks good. You know what? I might pick it up.
Are you sure?
I
be
realized today
interesting.
when I was going through my pre-orders from last year that I pre-ordered it.
Oh
a year
wow.
ago.
Did you really? Yeah, I did.
I was going a little crazy. I was a little, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
There it is.
Yes, indeed. And we should talk about the other Zelda game. Right.
Yes.
That looked
Zelda Wii
pretty.
U.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to see what they do with an open world Zelda.
Legend of Zelda Open Field.
Yeah.
Well, they
Pretty
didn't.
terrible subtitle, but there you go.
They yeah. Is it going to be an open world Zelda?
That was kind of the whole
Uh,
point of the presentation,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Is it gonna?
They were literally saying that this was the first time they could do an open world Zelda.
I guess you're right.
I mean,
They can go
I'm no
anywhere.
scientist.
Well, Aonuma apparently said that the person in the trailer might not be Link.
Yeah, that's because there's a bunch of kids. There's a Link cult now, and there's a bunch of kids who want to be the next hero,
Mm-hmm.
Link. So that's you get to choose as one of them, and it'll be always online, and you all get to play a different Link at the same time.
Oh man, so it's a weird Link cult.
Yep, the Cult of Link.
Does this game end with all the Links killing themselves
I don't
to
know.
to merge with the Triforce?
I think you write that story, Phil.
Well, I have a fan fiction currently in progress.
Well then,
I can't wait to see what they do with an open world Zelda.
Looks pretty cool.
yeah, the visuals look great.
But we'll have
Yep.
to wait till 2016. So
Yeah.
They said
Yeah.
2015, didn't they?
they did say 2015.
Yeah, you
We'll have to wait till 2016.
keep that dream alive.
Holiday 2015, which
Yeah.
means it could go into like March.
Which
of
means March
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yep.
It could be that late, but it looks great. So there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. So they showed off a bunch of stuff just on YouTube and whatnot that they didn't have in their digital event, including a game that I think Phil, you got to be excited about, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, huh? Huh?
That's why are you pushing my opinions on me today?
Are you not excited about that?
Well, you know what? I thought it was going to be neat, but now that you're getting so kind of pushy, shovey about it, maybe no. You know what? Who cares? It's going to get canceled, just like Donkey Kong Plus.
Yeah, remember that E3? Or we were hanging out at the Nintendo
I don't
booth?
remember that E3. That's why I brought it up,
Okay, good.
because I don't remember.
Okay.
No, it should be cool. I will enjoy it, I'm sure. I do hope it comes out. For some reason, I'm getting that sort of Donkey Kong plus vibe from it, but hopefully that's not the case.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Plus, for those who don't know, was a GameCube/GBA title, thanks to the power of
Connectivity.
what did they call it? Connectivity, yeah.
Yeah.
That was shown off in 2002, I want to say,
Yeah.
at
you're right.
E3, and it was just sort of shoved in the back of their booth at the show, never actually mentioned in any press conferences or anything,
Nope.
and it
Got canned.
it disappeared just as mysteriously as it appeared. So
That's right. And well, maybe it's back. This looked kind of similar to that.
and Donkey Kong Plus, yeah, that's the thing. It was the same kind of Mario versus Donkey Kong, create your own level kind of thing. So
Yeah. So maybe they've been
Maybe-
sleeping on this for a while.
yeah, maybe that's why
Like-
I'm a little skeptical, but hopefully that's not the
Like-
case.
12 years. Just kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know
I'm
this.
excited about Bayonetta 2.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
excited about.
That also comes with.
Bayonetta,
the
yeah,
first
yes,
Bayonetta.
I love. You people are idiots. Yeah, you get the original.
Yeah.
I love the original Bayonetta, and I am very excited for Part 2. And the fact that it comes with the first one is a little icing on the cake.
That was that was a nice surprise.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes, but
It's like-
Nintendo did not this year have really. They didn't have any third-party stuff except for eShop titles, right?
Hmm.
In their
think you might be right.
digital event,
No, yeah. It's
they
true.
talked about the Phoenix Wright trilogy, which is eShop only, and a lot of indie games, but those are all eShop. No third-party stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else did they show off on the YouTubes?
They showed a few look like prototypes. They really, I think that when they brought Miyamoto on in particular, it seems like they're really
right.
doubling down on the whole Wii U controller and what it's capable of doing, and they've kind of made Miyamoto like the actual face of it.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
pretty cool stuff. There was like a tower defense game that we were joking around about how if they remade Night Trap, this should be the interface.
That's right. Yeah, you're talking about Project Guard.
Project Guard, that's what it was called. And so
Yes.
basically it was just, it's obviously a prototype. It's just this little base that's got a bunch of different corridors, and you had I think 10 or 11 cameras
12.
or something like that, 12 cameras set up, and you had the feed of each one surrounding your screen, and then you had a central main feed
On the TV.
on the TV. So you
You're
had
really
these
doing a
robots
horrible job
attacking.
describing this.
Yeah, you'd have these robots attacking, and then you'd have to choose what different main feed you wanted to watch because you could shoot at them from the camera.
From the
And
game.
like the robots, yeah, but you're still the camera is what you're using.
Right,
to
right,
shoot,
right.
Yeah. So, but the robots would all do different things. Like there was a radar on the Wii U controller, but some of the robots were stealth, so you couldn't see them on the radar. And then there were certain robots, I think they were the bird robots, that if they got to your camera, they would actually attack it and rip it off the wall and run away with it and stuff like that. And
Right.
it was pretty neat. It wasn't a full game; it was just an idea, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
meant for, multiple players to be in the room, somebody playing on the gamepad, and the players who were not playing but in the room to shout
Yeah,
out numbers of the cameras where they see robots coming.
Yeah.
Because those feeds are not on the gamepad. They're only on the television. So you can see all the cameras on the TV, but only one on the gamepad.
Okay.
It's interesting. Very interesting little experiment. The other one was
Yes.
Project Giant Robot, which, of course, you control a giant robot, but you use the
How do you
gamepad
figure?
in such a way where you're using the gyro in it and using tilt controls to control
I believe it's
it's
pronounced Euro.
your pitch and yaw, and the control
Mhm.
sticks on the side control your arms, and the triggers are your legs, so it's sort of a QWOP Rock'em Sock'em Robots type thing.
That didn't demo so
Swap 'em,
well.
sock 'em.
QWOP Sock'em. Exactly. Yeah.
It didn't-
that-
it-
Now,
that
once
didn't-
you mentioned QWOP, it my interest kind of goes down a little bit there.
not that complicated.
But that's the
Okay.
thing. The description sounded really good, but when they actually started demoing it, it really did start to feel like you didn't have a lot of control over what was going on,
Mhm.
and he seemed to be destroying a bunch of the robots by leaning down to the side and sticking one arm of the robot out and just sort of running into him and pushing him over. It didn't really work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just a prototype. I
Yeah.
imagine we will see this and Project Guard in some kind of mini-game collection in the
Right.
future.
Hmm.
Or is it downloadable or something like that? But these are meant to, message the importance of the gamepad.
Yeah. Which I think they
And-
did pretty well.
Yeah, and I guess they're working on Star Fox, but they did not show that
Yeah.
in the feed today,
Good
as far as I know.
good timing of starting to show how the Wii U controller gets used. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really good timing on that. I would not have done it a day earlier. Just it would have been
Right.
too soon. I don't
Yeah,
think people
I
would
think
have
you're
gotten it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that was Nintendo, pretty much.
Yep.
Well, they also showed Mario Party 10, which
Oh,
I
how about
know
the Xeno?
we're all excited about. And, oh yeah,
What about
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade?
Xenoblade Chronicles X,
Yeah.
which looks good.
What?
Sure is
Yeah.
purty.
And Mother 3 got a shout out.
It got a shout out in the digital event, right?
Yes, it did. Much like Vibribin.
Playing with
Yeah.
my emotions.
As the other big trend this year is taunting U.S. players with games that they'll never have.
Exactly.
So,
Sure.
yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. So all in all, a very subdued show, I would say.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff,
subdued.
though.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff that is not coming out for
Yeah.
a long time. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a ways off.
Yeah.
Well, this is a perfect time to trim down that backlog.
Yeah, play some stuff
but you gotta-
that you missed out on.
Yeah, you have about a year or so to
Yeah.
get stuff out of the way.
Let's do some tweets.
Yep.
Let's do a few tweets. What do you think?
Oh,
Wanna do
Just
few?
a few.
okie dokie.
It's almost 1
All right.
o'clock here.
Let's do this one
Ooh.
from Heckerilius Frozen Gamers. Fine podcast. From the Great White North, Alaska. They say, what do
Alaska's
you
not
guys...
the Great White North.
Well, okay, fine.
That's true.
It's way past the Great
Jeez.
White North. What do you guys think about the lack of Vita love? It felt like they pretty much gave up on delivering console experiences.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard, the Vita has no games, and this E3 just kind of proves that. So,
Yeah,
sorry. It's too bad, huh?
it is.
I like the Vita a lot. Bums me out.
Well, I mean, they showed there was a whole montage of possible games for the Vita, was there not?
Oh, you're right. They showed a bunch of indie
Yeah.
games for the Vita.
Yeah,
No,
that's kind of
But no
the
real games.
Vita's wheelhouse at this point. But
At
no
this point,
real
no,
games. Nice.
no actual games though that grown-ups play.
That grown-ups care about.
Well, maybe that'll change with the
It's all
PlayStation
garbage.
TV, which still has a Vita card slot and comes with
Jeez.
the Lego Movie game.
Wait, what is this?
There's a there's a SKU for the PlayStation TV for $139 that comes with I think an 8 gigabyte card, a DualShock 3, and the Lego Movie game for Vita.
No, okay. Which
So.
is a port of the 3DS game,
All right.
and not not at all like the console game. So,
All right.
just so you know.
Okay.
So you know.
Yeah, Vita. I don't know. It is what it is at this point, right?
And that's all that it is.
It has some great games. It will continue to have some really good indie games. We'll use it for remote play, and I guess that's what it's going to have to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good call, CJ.
Didn't they? Well, did anybody buy that dog simulator? That pet
What?
game? Have you not heard about that?
Dogs?
The Vita Pets game?
No.
Exactly. That's why
That's not-
nobody cares about Vita games, especially not when they're targeted at the kid audience. Which, yeah, nobody.
Mike's going to be so pissed at you when he comes back next week.
He's gonna play the shit out of that dog simulator. All right. Hacker Elias Kurbutashi says, "Are there any features you want in Mario Maker that it doesn't look to have yet?"
An actual game.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So racist.
Sonic.
It needs more blast processing.
Ugh.
It'd be fun if it had tile sets from other games, other like Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
But I think that we'll probably wait for the sequel for that, if there is
Yeah.
a sequel to it. But they only showed overworld levels like 1.1, right? 1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
CJ.
Not sorry.
God.
Jeez.
Ugh.
So I wonder if they'll let you. I imagine they'll let you play with all the tile sets in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course they will.
Oh, good. More tile sets.
Yes.
Thank
Just
God
some-
for that.
This isn't some $5 app we're talking about.
No,
This is a
that's $10 DLC right there.
yep.
The 1.2
Yeah.
tile set.
Hmm. What do you think, Phil? You looking for anything more out of Mario? Maker?
Have they did they levels at all?
Yes.
Did they?
Print
Premium.
codes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about it. Is I would like to have the sprite sets from the other games, like Mario 2 and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, nothing I can think of off the top of my head.
Alrighty. Hacker alias Rich Grisham says, will Sony/Microsoft ever shift from the kill, stab, blood, gore fest that their press conferences are in favor of mostly happy Nintendo?
No.
A lot of severed heads. A lot of
There was
vi-
a big severed head count this time around. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of
It's a little
weird.
gratuitous.
Yeah.
It was a lot gratuitous.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, especially the Assassin's Creed Unity trailer during,
First person
What?
severed head.
yeah, like the twitching severed head. That was a little much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned me
A
off.
little bit much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Nintendo's going to be the only one where you get the happy stuff. Although, I guess Itagaki
I don't know, Little Big
announced...
Planet was happy.
Oh, well, yeah. Devil's Third for Wii U after the digital event. Did you see that? That's got your violence. Plenty
You
of
got that
violence.
covered? Good. Good.
Apparently it's a Wii U exclusive, which is weird. Hmm. Anyway,
Severed Head seemed a little out of place in Splatoon,
yeah.
so that was.
Headshot. All right.
Oh, that is what they should do in Splatoon.
Yeah.
If you are able to score a headshot at your opponent when their head explodes, it sprays the area with your colored paint. Or ink. I suppose it's ink, but yeah. So it's like it gives you there's a reward there for getting the headshot. Is you suddenly gain a chunk of new territory as well. So
All right.
this game's not going to be out for a while, Nintendo. You go ahead. You can have that one for free.
Huh.
So
All right.
I'm full of ideas, good and bad.
I guess so. Hackerelia's knee
It's
first
so disappointing on so many levels.
says, I thought Nintendo's digital event was charming and pitch perfect. Any chance Sony or Microsoft will emulate it in the future?
Sony, no chance.
Yeah.
Microsoft,
These press conferences are really becoming just excuses to play trailers and pre-recorded gameplay. So in a way, they're sort of emulating it anyway.
yeah, I was gonna say all three really kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
Nintendo was way more entertaining at the beginning, but Sony had that weird letters thing that just went on way too long.
That did go on quite a while.
I mean, they had the Tim Schafer bit, which was kind of funny, but besides that, it was just like, really, more letters? Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hackerelia's D. Craig 814, biggest surprise of the show.
Splatoon?
Splatoon.
I don't know yet.
Let's say.
I'm holding off because there's more stuff that's
There's
going
more
to be
show?
revealed. I mean,
Right.
there's a 3DS game that nobody knows what it is that we're going to see
There's
tomorrow.
that new
so,
Nintendo console they're going to show at the end of the week, and
Yeah.
The redesigned 3DS that's coming next month.
the controllerless Wii U.
Yeah.
It's in stores now.
Yes.
Oh boy.
All right. What do you say we wrap this up? Is that it?
I would say yes an hour ago.
We'll save some of the rest of this for Sunday when Mike's back and when the show.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty. That's our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you'd like to comment on something that you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitter. Or, if there's something we didn't talk about that you want us to talk about on Sunday, why don't you leave us a tweet? That works pretty well. Let's see. We've got an internet website, playeronepodcast.com. You'll find all of our shows, including blog entries from Mr. Gregory J. Seward about Sega CD stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. And Generation 16 episodes.
Yes, we'll even update the show notes to show that episode 12 is out.
Hey, I updated that last week.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Actually, I think
Episode 12's out?
with the Blake J. Harris interview.
Ah.
Yes. Which I've not listened to that yet.
Mm,
Well, it was a fun interview.
he's a fine gentleman.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Upstanding gentleman.
Well, all right then.
Let's see, and we've got a message board there where you can discuss this episode and all of the E3 announcements with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting playeronepodcast.com or by going to the iTunes Music Store. While you're at the iTunes Music Store, you can also invest $1.99
Cheap.
to pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application. Gives you one-touch communication with us via the voicemails, the emails, the Twitters, what have you. You also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, wait, no, we don't have voicemail. Crap. No voicemail. I'm sorry. And stop. Don't buy it. Don't buy it yet. If
Hey,
you
Phil.
are about,
Hey, Phil.
Yeah? Yeah.
Officially, Mappy reference in Smash Brothers.
What?
Yeah.
Mappy.
Where? When was this?
Check Twitter. It's all over
Check-
Twitter.
Check Twitter. Oh man, is Mappy in?
No, just a reference.
Oh man, okay. Well, whatever the case is, there's no voicemail in the app. So if that's the reason you were buying the app, then I'm sorry. Don't do that. But and hey, Android cell phone telephone users, Player One Podcast iPhone application available for your listening device for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
So cheap. You can find that over there in the Amazon Android marketplace. We're also on the Windows 8 store. We're on the Stitcher Radio. You can watch us live most weeks on the YouTube. And yeah, so you can just follow our Twitter account to find out when we will be recording our next live show. You can also watch a lot of our old shows as well on
If
the
you want to.
YouTubes there. Just go to, if you want to, and why would you? Just go over to YouTube.com/, patreon.com/P1 podcast
That's the one.
for all your podcast video needs.
All right.
CJ,
Yeah.
a happy E3 to you.
Well, a happy E3 to you as well.
Groovy.
Mm-hmm.
Gregory,
Yo.
to you. To you. An E3 as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
What about to Mike?
Mike didn't bother to show up, so
He'll be here maybe on Sunday. Maybe.
right in his
Hopefully.
dumb face.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got work or something.
Yeah, something dumb.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right. Later.
We'll see everyone later.
Well, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.